All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping into a story that, on the surface, is just about a video game. But trust me, it's so much more. We're talking high-stakes pressure, crushing failure, and a kind of victory that completely flips the script.
And it all kicks off with this simple question. This is it, the call to adventure, right? The one challenge that starts this whole incredible chain of events.
Okay, so let's get right into it. What is a celestial Scylla? And, why is everyone so obsessed with catching one? What's the big deal?
So you gotta think of this thing as like the Mount Everest for a gamer. Seriously. It's not just some rare item you find. No, it's a symbol. It's a trophy that basically screams, I did something nearly impossible. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate flex.
Now, here's what makes this so fascinating. You don't just get lucky and find one of these. Oh no. To catch a celestial Scylla, you have to perform this incredibly precise, multi-step ritual, and there is absolutely zero room for error. So let's break down exactly what that entails.
And yeah, look at this. The complexity is just wild. First, you need a special tool, right? The celestial rod. Then, you have to successfully fish 84 times in a row. 84! Then, catch number 85 triggers the celestial mode. And in that exact instant, you have to use another super rare item called an aurora. I mean, every single one of those steps has to be absolutely perfect.
But hold on. If you think that was the hard part, you are not ready for what comes next. Because finishing that whole ritual, that's just the starting pistol. This is where the real pressure begins.
5 minutes. That's it. That's all you get. That Aurora item, the one thing that makes the catch possible at all, it only lasts for 5 measly minutes. So after all that prep, all that perfect execution, you've got this one tiny window to either succeed or fail. The clock is ticking.
So imagine this. Everything is perfectly set up. The ritual's done, that 5-minute timer is officially counting down, the player turns to their audience, and they're ready to go for it. This is it. Everything comes down to this one moment.
All right, here we go. We're at the climax of the whole quest. And I'm telling you, this takes a turn that you are just not gonna see coming. This is the part where the story gets completely turned on its head.
And there it is. That's the sound. That's the peak of excitement, right? That raw, unfiltered sound of victory. You can just feel the adrenaline. It looks like they did it. Against all odds, the impossible is actually happening.
And then, just as fast, complete disaster. The line snaps, the prize is gone. That moment of pure triumph just evaporates into what looks like total, absolutely crushing failure.
So it looks like the quest is over. All that work, the perfect ritual, that high-pressure attempt, all of it for nothing. The 5-minute window has slammed shut. It's just a really tough loss. But then, we get this. One word. Psych. And just like that, you realize the story isn't over. Wait a minute. Something else is happening here.
And this is the twist, folks. The player we've been watching this whole time, they didn't make the catch. But the quest was still a success. How? Because their partner, their girl-boyfriend, as they say, was right there. And they're the one who actually landed the prize.
So what does that even look like? A shared victory. This incredible prize wasn't won by one person, but by a team. Let's see what that looks like.
And just listen to that. That's not a moment of, I did it. It's a moment of pure shared joy. The goal was hit together, and that just makes that prize so much more special, right? It's not my win, it's our win. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, this whole mini-drama, it's way more than just a game, isn't it? It's kind of a perfect story about how the toughest quests don't always have to be solo journeys. It's a great reminder that working together can completely change what success even means. And that, sometimes the best victories are the ones you get to share. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. What's that one nearly impossible goal that you're chasing? What's your celestial Scylla? And maybe more importantly, who's on your team helping you catch it?